from Chappers and welcome to my demonstration of Zafra. And Zafra is my beautiful custom shop postmodern Journeyman Stratocaster, and I love the way that it's so bright that I get completely dark and then if I'm here I'm completely white. I've been promising a review of Zafra for quite a long time, and to be honest, the reason I didn't is because I acquired several new guitars at the same time, which is unusual to say the least. I bought another Les Paul, Georgia, and then Paurie Smith gave me this beautiful guitar here, which is also incredible. And I was involved in the design of a lot of other things that were important in my world. So, although I acquired Zafra recently and I've played it quite a lot, I've not had a lot of time to really get used to her. Having all this new gear arrive, thank you Santa Claus. So here we go, it's a post-modern Journeyman Strat from the custom shop. So there's the custom shop thing on the back of the headstock that makes you feel special because you've got a custom shop guitar. The whole concept and ethos of this guitar is that it looks like an old guitar. So you can probably see, actually, Dan, can you grab the camera and do some close of the bod? So you'll see the bodywork is very slightly relict, but it's not like over the top, you know, death relic. It's just kind of nicely relict. The hardware is sort of slightly rusted. If we look, even clever things like around the neck joint, you can see they've added interesting kinds of relic there. The back of the neck has been sort of either sanded away by a player at some point or is just worn away from hours of grueling playing. But essentially, yeah, tarnished bits of hardware and stuff. Essentially, it looks like an old guitar, but actually it's brand new. And it feels and plays like a completely modern guitar. So the frets are large, and the pickups are Anco Poblano, I think is the guy that designed these. Let me just double check that I'm saying his name right. I did. Anco Poblano from the Fender Custom Shop. These have a slightly fuller low end and more punch, apparently. I do love it when people use the word punch to describe something sonic. I find that an interesting concept. But yeah, lower, fuller, low end and more punch in these slightly more modern pickups and an interesting modern feeling neck. Gives you the modern feel but the vintage look, and I really like that because I love the way Strats look. The first Strat I ever owned was very similar to this in appearance, oddly enough. It belonged to my drummer's father, who lent it to me for an inordinate amount of time, and I didn't give it back for a long time. And it was a candy apple red Strat, and it was beautiful. And I would have loved to have owned that, but this is the nearest thing I could find to owning the Strat that I once had and had to give back. Let me give you some tones from these Anco Poblano pickups in this post-modern Journeyman custom shop Fender Strat. And we're using the Victory Amplification Silverback. This is my signature model. I'm very proud of it. I'm currently not using either of these microphones because unfortunately Luna decided that my laptop would be the best chew toy she could ever find, and she's chewed the screen so it's broken. I have a new laptop and I'm just exporting all the files so I can actually record audio. So today all the audio is just coming from this Handycam, but it is a Panasonic Full HD, which means it's fairly good. On the floor there can be only one, so I'm using the Polara. The reason there can be only one is because all of my pedals and all the connecting cables are in the Dorje rehearsal hole, and I've left them there, so yeah, I can use one pedal at a time. Bridge pickup. It sounds really great for rock lead because it's got that slightly deeper sound. When you're playing lead guitar on a Strat normally, it's a little bit thin on the bridge pickup, and it kind of, although it cuts through a mix, it lacks a bit of body. And I think a lot of guitar players make up for that using tube screamers and things. I'm not using a tube screamer, I'm using a silverback, and it sounds great. If I step it up one, you get that in-between sound. In the middle position, a bit less output. Especially if I back off the volume, it really cleans up. Step it up one more, you get a fuller woody sound. Which is nice for kind of sensitive lead, like things like Pink Floyd-y kind of sound. Don't know why, but it just fits that kind of vibe. And then the neck pickup is, as you'd expect, fuller with more punch. Go for a down the neckage. There you go, Fender custom shop post-modern Journeyman with Anco Poblano